I started the script for this video thinking, what can I say about Bluey that hasn't already been said hundreds of times by now? This show feels like it came out of nowhere and stole the hearts of basically 99% of the people who saw it. Whether you were simply a parent watching it because you turned it on for your child to give yourself 5 minutes apiece, or you heard so much about the show, you gave it a skeptical watch and ended up watching an entire season in one sitting. Something about this show is very special to a lot of people, and I think that the magic of it is its relatability among other things. If you are a parent, you may find yourself relating to how the kids act or how the parents treat their children, or certain things that happen in the show may very well be the exact same thing that happened to you. If you are a child, or let's be honest, an adult, you probably relate to the show because it reminds you of your childhood or how your parents treated you or what have you. But for both children and adult, I think something that grabs the attention and keeps it is its charm and fearlessness. The charm of this show falls in its satisfying to look at pastel colors, its cute characters that are very fleshed out, and the soundtrack. Not to mention how wholesome the show is. What I meant by the fearlessness bit, though, is that this show does not hold your hand. It doesn't talk down to you and will tackle heavier topics. Obviously nothing as huge as you would expect to see in something targeted towards adults, but heavy topics nonetheless. These topics are emotional and important for both parents and kids. My favorite example of this is in the episode Copycat. Now that might change with season 3, which I haven't started yet, but in Copycat, Bluey follows his father around everywhere and copies him. It's a very simple and relatable thing for pretty much everyone. Kids play Copycat all the time and everything is just fun and nice, and then suddenly everything stops. Bluey stops playing Copycat and points out an injured bird on the ground. Immediately, we're cut off from this happy experience and face reality. The father takes the bird to the vet, and it later dies there. It's such a sad situation, but I love this episode because it's not a happy ending. I mean, sure, we get a couple more minutes with Bluey playing and stuff like that, and that's a little bit more happy and everything. But what I mean is that this episode shows not only kids, but everyone who watches it, the suddenness of death. The fact that at any point, at any time, no matter if you are having fun or enjoying your day, disaster can suddenly strike. Someone can die, something can be killed, or something could happen which you cannot control. And that may be sad, but you have to cope with it and accept it. We see this coping with Bluey as she acts out the events that happen throughout the day leading up to the vet visit. The mother very obviously expects Bluey to want the bird to be okay in this imaginary play setting, but Bluey says it has to die anyway. And then that's basically the end of the episode. There's other episodes like this too, maybe not on the topic of death, but all sorts of things, ranging from abandonment to feeling invisible. The sort of lessons that Bluey teaches are not your typical kids' shows lessons. Realness is another thing that makes this show something special.
For real life?
Everything that happens in this show is believable in the sense that it could technically happen. And I think that's because the creators of the show draw heavily from their own experiences as parents. What every character says makes sense. There's never a moment of weird dialogue or a moment that feels like the audience is being talked down to. There is none of that stereotypical kid show stuff that makes that stuff unwatchable as a young adult or adult. In Bluey, everyone, no matter the age, has something to watch. It has something for everyone. The writing, for example, is honestly extremely impressive and crazy. You have this funny square dog show. You have something that is relatable, charming, nice to look at, is realistic and fearless in showing anything. And yet they somehow fit all of that in more into 7 minutes episodes. It's like the show writers are writing with magic. It's so impressive. One episode that I watched recently in season 2 literally just follows the characters as they're taking a walk. They're walking from one end of this area, this like vacation place or something. I think it's a condo, and they're walking from there all the way to the shore. It's not that big of a walk. It literally would probably take 7 minutes in real life. And they somehow take that super simple concept of just walking down the road or walking down the sidewalk or whatever and turn it into this crazy, amazing, just interesting, fun 7-minute adventure, basically. And it's so crazy to think about that. That's all I really have to say about this show for now. I mean, it's very impressive, the writing, just by itself. I feel as though I still haven't even contributed anything to the topic, but it does feel good to speak about the things I enjoy that aren't just Ponytown. Let me know if there's anything else I should talk about, and I guess that's it, really. Please like, subscribe, share, and do all those wonderful things like that, because when you do those wonderful things, not only do you get access to wonderful content such as this, but you also become wonderful yourself, and I think we all want that. So do those wonderful things, and until next time, stay wonderful.